Sid.
And I'm Loki.
This is my friend. Yes. So, Loki, what have we got coming up today? Loki?
We'll be talking about animals, mammals, amphibians, birds, reptiles,
And invertebrates, thank you very much. And fish?
a little bit.
Good. Okay, Loki, if you wouldn't mind running off and getting the first guest, that'd be brilliant, thank you. It's the other way, Loki.
Sorry. Hey, Captain Sid. The pig's here now. If I can send him on.
Yes, that'll be perfect, thank you, Loki. Hello, Pig. Right. So, Mr. Pig, would you be able to tell us a little bit about mammals and why they're different to all other animals? Oh yeah, I can tell you a little bit about being a mammal myself, of course. So what makes us different is we've got fur or hair. Yes, I've got lots of lovely fine hair on my body, and I do like it being stroked. But you don't seem to have much hair, do you? No, I don't have lots, but I've got quite thick patches of hair, which you can see on my body, yeah. Okay, so what else sets you as a mammal and me as a mammal apart from, say, a reptile or I don't know, a fish? Well, we don't lay eggs, we give birth, which is different. And also our young are quite dependent on us as mammals, so we have to feed them milk. So we have a special gland called a mammary gland, which produces milk, and then we can feed our youngs the milk. Oh yes, very good. And anything else? What do we think? We're not like birds, don't have beaks or anything like that. We have teeth, but some other animals have that, but all mammals do have teeth. That's very good, excellent, thank you very much. Thank you. If you wouldn't mind popping off now, Mr. Pig, and I thank you for your time. Thank you. Okay, next coming up, we have birds. So, watch this space, thank you. Okay, so now we have birds. We have two special guests with us now. First, let me introduce you to Blue Tit. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Yes.
Now, could you tell me a little bit about birds and why they're different to other types of animals, please?
Yes. Well, we can fly.
Yes, but so can some mammals, can't they? Bats, for example, can fly. They're mammals.
Yes, but all birds have wings, but not all can fly. Actually, yeah. But...
Yes, I have a guest coming up. Actually, it's a bird who can't fly.
Oh right, that's cool. We also have beaks. We use that to feed. We get our food with our beaks. I eat seeds mostly and insects, and I peck at them with my beak. But some birds use them to tear, like a hawk, or I don't know any other. What else? We've also got oh, very nervous. That's
okay. That's okay. Okay. So if we think about how you eat, so you get your food and you swallow it. But you don't have teeth. You can't grind it all up, can you?
No, I can't do that. I've got something called a crop. So in my throat, I've got a little pouch, and it's got some like stones in it, and it grinds it up all the food, and I can digest it properly.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Blue Tit. That's very kind of you to come in. One more thing. You don't have fur like my fine fur, do you?
No, I've got feathers. That's a feature of a bird, isn't it? All birds have feathers.
Yes, that's very good. Thank you very much, birdie. Mr. Blue Tit, good day. Now we have a bird who has feathers and all the other features, but doesn't fly. Right. Come on, Mr. Penguin. Oh, those stairs are quite hard work, aren't they? Yes, I suppose they are if you can't fly. So why don't you fly? I don't need to. I have wings, but I use them mostly for swimming, which I do to catch my fish, which I eat. Also, I'm quite quick in the water, so I can swim away from other animals without any trouble at all. Apart from seals, which do tend to catch me. But I live in the Antarctic, you see, which is freezing cold, so nothing really lives there apart from penguins in the summer when we're raising our young. So there's no predators there, so I don't really need to fly. That's why. Oh, thank you very much. Yes. And there's some other birds that don't fly. So kiwi, which is a small little bird from New Zealand, doesn't fly, and it doesn't need to because of the predator situation again. Until we introduced rats and cats and dogs, which started eating the kiwis, but until then, kiwis had no natural predators. So not all birds need to fly, but most of them do. But they do all have feathers, and they lay eggs, which is different to mammals. They lay eggs with nice hard shells, which protect the young inside the egg. And our next guest is a reptile. Hello.
Hello.
So you are a snake, aren't you?
Yes, I am a snake.
Very good. Now, like a bird, you can lay eggs, can't you?
Yes. I can eat eggs as well, but not my own.
Yes. Very nice. What else is different about you than any other animal?
Well, as a reptile, we have scales, and this helps us as we're cold-blooded. We need to sit in a nice, warm place to help us digest our food as it warms us up.
Excellent. I myself am warm-blooded, and I can produce my own heat, so I don't need to sit in a warm place in order to digest my food. How do you eat your food?
Well, reptiles have teeth which we sink into our delicious prey, and that enables us to either inject venom or to bite them in order to kill them, to eat them.
Very nice. So the reptiles have mostly sharp teeth.
Yes, we don't really have to grind our food up. We can crunch it and then swallow it down.
Very, very good. You mentioned venom. And how is that different to poison?
Well, venom is what's injected to eat something, and poison is if something is eaten and then kills the animal. So we just inject it to kill the animal in order to eat it.
That's very nice, Snake. You are getting rather close now.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't mean to scare you. I just haven't eaten for a few days. Because I don't need to. It takes so long to digest my meals. So I can just spend most of my time relaxing in the sun and getting nice and warm.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Reptile, Mr. Snake. It's nice to meet you. Would you like to pop off now and sit in the back room and chat to our other guests?
Chat. Yes, I'll chat to them. I'll sit with your delicious guests. Thank you very much for having me on your show.
Thank you. So that's reptiles. Next up we have some fish, or a fish I should say, really. Thank you. Our next guest is a type of fish. He's a ray, and he swims in the water. All fish have to live in water, so we can't have him on for long because, he'll suffocate because he can't breathe because he has gills rather than lungs. So if we quickly plop him up here.
Well, what can I say? That really takes the biscuit. Why didn't you give me a tank ready?
I do apologise for that.
That's okay, I'll just be quick. So, fish lay eggs like reptiles, but not all reptiles lay eggs, you know. Some of them give birth to live young, that's called viviparous, and if you lay an egg, it's oviparous. Did you know that?
I didn't, thank you very much.
So, we fish, we swim around in the water, and we need to use our gills to breathe, so the oxygen in the water passes through our gills, which are rich in red blood cells, and that absorbs the oxygen. Unlike lungs, which are in all of the other animals apart from invertebrates, so us fish are very different in that way. And yes, we live in water and we lay eggs. Lay eggs in the water, so not hard-shelled like reptiles or birds, but they are quite soft-shelled. I'm really sorry, I do must have to go now. Bye.
Oh. Well, so yes, fish lay soft-shelled eggs rather than hard-shelled eggs because they need to be in the water, and if they're not in the water, they'll dry out, and that means that the eggs will die, unfortunately. And yes, as our friend Ray said, they do have gills rather than lungs. So we breathe our air in, to get all that oxygen into our lungs, which goes into our blood to go around our bodies. But with gills, they're like slits in the side of the fish's body, and the oxygen in the water passes through these gills and is absorbed that way. So that's different, isn't it? Is there anything else with fish? They live in water, salt water or fresh water. I think that's it. Now, we do have one other group to talk about. Amphibians. Now, we didn't have an amphibian, we had a frog, but since the snake went back into our back room, he's I think he's either run away, or I hope he's run away anyway, or something else has happened to him. So, I'll tell you a little bit about amphibians. So amphibians have to live in moist or humid areas, and this is because their skin is porous, which means that they can lose or gain moisture through their skin. So if they're obviously in a desert or somewhere really, really dry and hot, all the moisture from their skin will leave their body, and then they will dry out and they will perish. So they have to live in water, so either in ponds, or they can live in rainforests as well, where there aren't ponds, but it's nice and hot and humid, so they've got lots of water around in the air. Like fish, they lay eggs, which are soft-shelled, because again, they need to be in water, and if they dry out in a hot area, then they will die again. So if they were hard-shelled, that wouldn't work, they would get too hot. So that's amphibians. Well, thank you to all our guests today. It was nice to meet them all, and I hope you all got something out of that. And we hope to upload some more videos soon for you to view. So, from me and my friend Loki...
Oh, God, that snake's a bit much, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit scary, I must admit, Loki.
Yeah, it was. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. It's nice to meet you all at last.
Thank you, Loki. Thank you for your help today.
No worries, Sid.
Thank you.
Well, that's just typical, isn't it? I always get forgotten about. I'm an invertebrate. So, invertebrates, I'll tell you all about me, because no one else seems bothered. We're a very vast and different group of animals. There's lots and lots of us, from bees, and ants, and wasps, and flies, and spiders, and crabs. We're different to all the other animals because we don't have a backbone or a skeleton as such. Our skeletons are our shells. They're not really skeletons. So our shells are very hard normally. Like me, a crab, I have a very hard shell. And that protects me from any predators. But sometimes I have to shed it. If I get too big, I have to shed my shell so I can grow, and then I grow a new shell. So that's why we're different, and we're better. We don't need a backbone or a central nervous system like those other animals. Well, trust them to forget me.
Thank you for watching today's lesson and for learning with us today. If you'd like to learn more, then please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Birdwise East Kent TV. And if you want to download some activity packs or information sheets, then please visit our website, birdwise.org.uk, or click on the link below.